The Nothing But Niners crew is here, baby, and we are here to overreact. The 49ers just took on the Denver Broncos, and we beat them, guys. We destroyed the Denver Broncos. But before we get down to the nitty-gritty and overreact the way we should, I have to go through the formalities. We want you guys to check us out at www.nothingbutniners.com. There you're going to see a bunch of great articles written by a bunch of great people. You're going to see our social media handles. You can check us out there on Twitter and Snapchat. Our handles are at nothing-but-9ERS. All right, make sure you give us a follow on both of those sites. You can also hit us up on Facebook and Instagram. Those handles are Nothing But Niners, spelled all the way out. No spaces in between or anything like that. Okay? If this is your first time here on the YouTube page, we want to thank you guys for stopping by. Make sure you hit that like button if you like what you hear, and hit that subscribe button so you know all the time. Now, the only way you're going to truly know when we go live randomly and sporadically is if you hit that little notification bell. So make sure you turn that on as well, okay, guys? My name is Mike. Again, guys, I am representing nothing-but-niners.com. I can't wait for you guys to really get entwined and see what we're going to be bringing you guys throughout the rest of the season, okay? But tonight is the 49ers versus Broncos overreaction show. My man Nick is here with me. There he is. Nick, what's going on, baby? How you doing over there, man? We got no sound on you real quick. I think you're on mute still, but it's all good. My man Nick is always ready to rock. Look at it. He's so enthusiastic.
Always.
So ready to overreact. My man said, fuck the mic, man. We don't need no mic.
Mic drop, man. Mic drop, no, man. Some really lows and some positives tonight's game. I know it's preseason, but it's a W. But like I said, man, I love watching this depth. So I'm excited to get into this conversation.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to go ham, man. And you know who else is going to go ham, man? This guy brings a lot of energy every time he's on the show. My man, Wayne Breezy, man. Wayne is in the building. What's going on, fam? How you doing over there, bro?
What's good, family? Hey, man, let's turn up, yo. Let's overreact. Let's get right into it, baby. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah. He got a screen the other way, so I got to turn the white one on. You see it up there in the corner, Nick? You see how we have to do it, man? That's what I'm talking about. We got this, though, man. We have been working this thing out, guys. I am having a lot of fun with this new format. Now, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight, and I want to truly overreact, and I don't even know where to start. I got a whole phone full of notes to make and everything, but before I do, I'm going to throw it to you guys, man. I want you guys to tell me something, anything. I don't care what it's about. Either one of y'all can go first, because once I start going, y'all going to be like, yo, Mike, shut up. Let me talk. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to be rude, but guys, it's time. Do we have to start with the obvious? Do we start from where it all began? Everybody was all excited to see our quarterback, Jimmy Garoppolo, make his return to the field. And how did y'all feel about it, man? You guys let me know how y'all felt about Jimmy Garoppolo. He went 1 completion for 6, 0 yards, 1 interception. And honestly, let me be quiet. Go ahead, Nick. How do you feel about Jimmy, man?
I mean, all right, so I'm not going to put all the blame on him, but I am going to put most of the blame on him. Because he wasn't setting his feet. He wasn't stepping up in the pocket. I know a lot of times he didn't have a lot of time, but he just looked really, really rusty. Now, I don't know if this is just because he was a little bit timid, coming back off an ACL injury, wasn't taking the hits and standing in the pocket tall that he normally will. But it's still a little scary, man. I know in this offensive scheme, our guards are the most important pieces on the offensive line as well. We were missing, just one guard because I believe Tomlinson made some mistakes. There was that one play with Joe Staley, looked like a coverage bust. Looks like Tomlinson was supposed to come over as a pull and pick that up, because you seen Joe Staley like, what the hell, like kind of look. But still, I mean, these are jitters, timidness, but like I said, Jimmy Garoppolo, man, like, to me, he just looked really, really shaky, and really, like, it's something to be scared about. It really is. And not that I don't think he can break out of this, and I understand that you're going to get, that continuity once you go up against, types of teams like Denver, or opposite teams of what you're going up against in thing. Now, he had an interception against, practices against Denver this week. But, man, it's still scary to be it's still scary. It's still scary. And this is an overreaction show, So, yes, I am a little worried about – I was talking to Mike today. You can tell me if I'm wrong, Mike, but I was talking to you today saying a lot of people are going to be surprised because everybody's worried about this defense. And I said to you today, I was worried about this starting offense. Like, with the offensive line is obviously our depth. Is our depth problem, I guess I could say. Not our depth, but definitely our depth problem because this defense has been balling, man. This defense has definitely been balling. So, my takeaways today, man, this week I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried about the offense and Jimmy Garoppolo. Until I see more, I'm a little worried.
I just heard it in your voice, man. Holy smokes. I heard the trembling. I'm a little worried. Oh, my God. I almost cried when you said that, man. All right, Wayman, how you feel, man? Look, we started with Jimmy, man. What's up, man? Break it down, brother.
Look, I'm gonna put it like this. Jimmy went 1 for 6. He sucked. It was nothing more, nothing less I could say. He sucked. Nick broke it down. He was rusty. Get it, got it, good. He sucked. Straight up sucked. He didn't change no play calls. He should have seen that the pressure was coming. He's got to make sure his line understands the protections. That's his job, yo. I need him to be the general. He's the general of the offense. So if Nick said he worried, then we all should be goddamn worried because that's ridiculous if he can't recognize who's coming at him. Now, granted, Joe, I don't know what you was drinking, sipping, looking at. You was in a commercial or something, but you let Chubb just go right to him. And luckily he didn't get sacked. He still got knocked down. That's what forced the interception. That was gonna be a nice little dump over to the running back, and it could have possibly been some yards or a tackle for a loss or whatever. All I'm saying is Jimmy sucked. We expect him to be a little rusty. Here's my prediction, bold prediction though. Jimmy's gonna go 8 for 8 next week with a touchdown pass, and then sit his ass down. And
you think he only throwing
8 for 8? You heard what I said, right?
You think he only throwing 8 passes next week?
I think once he get that touchdown on the first drive, he's gonna believe that he did it, and he's gonna relax.
All right, man. Hey, look on the screen right now. This might be the best overreaction right
Jimmy here. Jimmy trash. Look, he was definitely trash tonight.
He's a garbage kid, yo, straight up.
A lot of it had to do with, to me too, was 2 batted passes, the interception, the pressure in his face. But either way, man, I ride players all the time. So Jimmy Garoppolo tonight was horrendous. He was horrible. Horrible. I can't even bust out some goods of anything that he did. Like I said earlier, he didn't step up in the pocket. He didn't laterally move good. He was throwing off his back foot again. His footwork was flat.
Bro, he wasn't paying attention to what was going at him. Like, and you expect your quarterback, your franchise quarterback, whatever year this is, he in the NFL, he should be able to read the defense by now. He didn't even get a chance to read coverages because he ain't have enough time to throw the ball. But if they Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator, was bringing the pressure all night. Like,
hey, look, man. Hey, all right. Let me get in my bag real quick. Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I told you guys the stats already, right? He was 1 of 6 for 0 yards. It was a 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage pass that he completed, but Matt Breida happened to just fall forward and get the extra 2. Okay. I was like, yo, that was a glorified handoff. Nick and someone else in the group chat had to convince me that it was a pass.
It was a pass. It's
a
pass.
I'm like, come on, man, that could barely count. He had 1 interception. Another one hit somebody else right in the chest. He got lucky. He dropped it, and there was a bad pass. So think about it this way, man. He dropped back 6 times to throw the ball. 3 of those 6 passes touched the other opposing team. Only 1 touched our team. It is not a good look, man. And listen, guys, I don't think it's going to play out for the whole season or anything like that. No, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo isn't our best option, but I'm here to overreact, man. Jimmy Garoppolo did not look good in this game, fellas. He didn't, man. He flat out didn't. Kyle Shanahan didn't do him any favors either, right? And I'm not blaming how Jimmy looked on Kyle, but give him some screens. Give him a check down to a running back. You know what I mean? Where he's got people in front of him. Get him in rhythm. Shanahan didn't even try that right away. He just said, all right, get out there and go. Now, I'm going to try to convince myself This isn't the first time that Jimmy has gone out there and thrown passes. This is our first time seeing Jimmy go out there and throw passes.
Right.
But this is not his first time. He's been going through the practices and things like that. We just haven't been privy to that information, you know? We haven't seen it. But, man, let me tell you, man, for his first showing in front of fans again, this ain't how you want to start it. This is not
they
started, man.
They're gonna thrash Jimmy, bro. So until this Kansas City game pop up on TV, he about to get trashed. He about to get thrashed, yo. I'm probably not even gonna watch nothing but Niners. Real talk. That's all I'm watching because I ain't gonna be able to take it.
Nah, man, that's what tonight's about, man. We got to go in tonight, man. Jimmy Garoppolo, we cutting him or not? Is Nick Mullins the guy?
We're not cutting it.
Hell no.
Look, I make some bold ass statements, but I ain't going there. Like, I ain't going there.
No, so we don't want to overreact like that. We're not going to overreact. We just go.
No, I mean we already overreact by saying he sucks.
All right, cool. So listen, Joe Staley, man. Since we talked about Jimmy Garoppolo playing bad, I think Joe Staley had a lot to do with that also. I think Joe Staley.
They were bad. They were equally bad. Like it was a perfect match of being bad. Like your left tackle was bad, so your quarterback played bad. That's pretty much what it was. So, I mean, maybe if look, I'm trying to tell y'all next week it's gonna be different. I can feel it. But this first outing, it was just getting the jitters out, man. And it was like you said, all Shanahan had to do was run a bubble screen to halfback screen, anything easy just to build his confidence, to give him the rhythm. But at that point, it was like, yo, let's get him out of here. Let's go to the next set of plays, make some adjustments. I will say Kyle made some crazy adjustments in that second half, though, because we did some stuff in the second half.
You know what, though? Like, you're sitting there, you're talking about bubble screens and stuff, but he was trying to do some bubble screens. He tried to do it with Breida. He tried to do it to the outside of with Mostert, I believe. Yep. Was in there one. I think it was Mostert one time, or Coleman, one of those guys. Coleman only had like 2 touches this game. And I think this was more about just trying to get Jimmy more comfortable being in that pocket again so he could get over that hurdle knowing his leg is going to be okay.
Okay.
Because they did try, but you could see the difference, like you were talking about. You could see the difference the way Kyle Shanahan started calling plays later down throughout the whole game.
He started calling plays, Nick.
He had no choice. He was about to get fired.
He wanted to win this shit. He was like, you know what, let me stop bullshitting these guys and let's go out and get this victory. Because once he pushed the button, it was a wrap. And that last touchdown that happened late, that should have never happened because Reynolds decided to get broke by a quarterback, got his ankles broke by a quarterback who should not make the team because he got his ankles broke by a quarterback. Yeah, like, so that happened. That was unfortunate. He said, Jimmy Joe trash.
Yo, man, look, man. I mean, when all right, let me rewind a little bit. The offensive line did not do Jimmy Garoppolo any favors. We had a replacement center in there. We had a replacement guard. Najee went from right guard to center later on in the game. But here's something that stood out to me, man. When I watched Jimmy Garoppolo and I thought about his offseason, he talked about how he worked with Tom House's group. He worked on his footwork and things like that. He regressed. He didn't step in any throws. He didn't point his left foot to his target. Yeah. Like it was like if you just like when I teach my son how to throw a football, just those basics, Jimmy wasn't even doing that. Oh my God, they're showing a replay on my TV right now. I would show it, but I don't want the NFL to cancel this feed. But it's not good, man. That interception throw, he pointed his left foot to the sideline, and then he threw the ball. It was so bad, man. And he was staring people down. Oh man, it was rough. It was really, really, really hard to watch. But yes, this comment that we have on the screen here from Shelton, the offensive line didn't do him any favors, but there were some opportunities out there. Not a lot, but there were some opportunities. But let's move on from Jimmy, man. There's a lot of other things to overreact to, and I promise you guys, if this is your first time watching this, guys, there's a lot of positive to get to tonight. Actually, I believe there's more positive than negatives.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
If we move on from this subject right here, is there any more negative?
I mean, other than the offensive line and Jimmy, I don't think so.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
We had, you know what? The only thing that bothers me on defense, and it's because they're just not the starters. They do have problems with coverages. I don't know if that's because of speed, if they're lacking the knowledge of knowing the plays when they're dropping in the zone coverages. Like David Mayo got burnt a couple times. So like that would be my only other negative. Like, just coverages and on the defense. But against the run, I all positive. I, I this run defense is bringing me back to that Super Bowl run we had, yo. It's all of them to the ball. And you know who was leading them before he got injured? Say his name, y'all. Say his name.
Who, Jaquiski?
Jaquiski, whatever you want to call him, Mr. Pop Tart himself, yo. That boy was on every play. And Tart, get healthy, man. I think you got the concussion protocol.
Well, he ended up coming back. He was cleared from it.
But then they took him back out, I think, to go into the concussion thing or something. Something happened.
Yeah, he took the concussion protocol but passed it.
Okay.
Yeah, he passed it. So
just get healthy.
Yeah, so right after the play, they left him on the field.
Yep.
2 plays later, then you saw the staff say, "Hey, get over here."
Yep.
They took him to the tent. He stayed in the tent, I think, for the next series, and then he came back out the following one.
Yeah, so and then they replaced him with Harris.
Got you.
He was cleared.
That was a person I was not looking to see play in this game, but he played extremely well. Extreme coverages and on the run.
Tart. Oh, Tart. All right, now look, fellas. I told Nick, I warned him what I was gonna do to start this show, but I had to get to Jimmy Garoppolo. Nick, nah, bro. Uncover your face. Uncover your face, Nick. It's time. Are you hungry? I got some crow for you, bro.
I don't eat crow. If it was duck, maybe.
Before you thrash Nick and throw him in the trash can, right? Just ask him the question. Does that guy make the team?
Yeah, I already said that tonight. Yeah.
No, but you ain't say it on here.
You ain't say it on. Yeah.
That's right. It's time to do it in front of everybody.
I will give Mostert his respect.
Let's go, baby.
He balled out tonight. He really did. He really balled out. If it wasn't for Mostert in the first half, there was really nothing going on. Nothing. You could see his breakaway speed tonight. You seen the way he carried the ball. But these are things that I wanted to see more of. I have never said that Mostert was not talented.
You said he just don't bring enough to the team. You might as well go. Right, I got you.
Yeah, but I did say that, but I also said I wanted to see more. I saw that more tonight. I literally saw that more tonight. He must have been watching the show. Like, yo, I need to see more.
Yeah, man. That's what these players need to do. They need to tune into our show so that they can go get their juju on so they can come back and shut us the fuck up. That's what they should do every week. Every time we
look, I give him credit where credit is due. He had a really good game tonight. He had a really good game.
Listen, I know for a fact players watch the show. I can't tell you guys how I know, but I know for a fact certain players watch the show. All right, Tart being one of them. Mostert, I can't get confirmation on that one, but we talked about it with Benjamin Albright with Tart, and what happened? He came out there and showed up. You know what I mean? And I don't know if y'all could hear him yelling. He yelled, "What skates? What skates?" He broke up a pass on that same tight end Fant and got up and yelled, "What skates?" He saw that show that we did with Benjamin Albright. He yelled, "What skates?" You could hear it in the broadcast. Mostert, Nick called you out, man. And what did you do? You went out there and said, "Nick, how you like 9.7 yards to carry, big boy? Huh? 2 catches for 42 yards. How's 21 a pop, baby? And a touchdown, huh? 100 all-purpose yards and only 8 touches."
Bro, look.
This running back game, bro.
This is a really good thing to have because, like I said, when I am down on players and they play, that's good for me and my team because that means they're stepping up to play. That's what I want to see from these guys. And I wanted to see more from Raheem Mostert. Like tonight, I saw that. I saw that if something happened to our other backs, he can carry this team load. Like I saw that, and I'll give him credit for that.
I guess we saw it like earlier, like before you saw it, which is fine. We see things at different times. But when Bria went down last season and Mostert came in and we weren't skipping a beat on the run, I knew he was going to be a problem. I knew he was a problem on special teams, but he was averaging more yards than Breida with the rush. And I was like, yo, who is this guy? right? Then he got hurt. So it dampened his stuff. I get where you was coming from, Nick. We just wanted you on national television to just say that he was gonna
That's
make
right.
the squad
Look,
because you
look,
really said that he didn't make the cut.
and
You could go rewind that shit because you said no, he don't make your cut. He said your cut, not the whole team cut, but your cut.
but I still had him on making my 53 on my
Oh.
53-man roster.
Oh, I okay, my bad. I stand to be corrected. Then.
I had Rita, Coleman, and Mostert as my 3 with McKinnon on the IR.
Oh yeah, you used the IR loophole. That's right. You did. You used a little loophole. You got that off.
I did. And but that's okay. Like I said, I've never said Mostert isn't good. I just said that room is really, really crowded. Really crowded.
How's this for overreaction? Check out Shulo's comment.
Yeah, that's still that's a little overreaction.
Is it though?
It is.
Is it?
Come on now.
It is.
Hold on. Mostart's proven he could pass catch. He's averaging more yards than Breida. He's fat. I don't know if he's faster, but he's definitely more explosive coming through them holes. And
he's faster than Breida, bro.
Okay, and we trashed our offensive line on pass protection, but can we give them a hand clap for run blocking? Because they did a hell of a job. For every running back that came in the game, even for your boy Jeff Wilson Jr., who I'm not sold on, who I wasn't sold on, but I kind of like him now. So
so I gotta put you on the Jeff Wilson train.
I'm coming.
I want to know how many running backs y'all are keeping. Because y'all about to fill the whole roster with running backs.
Shit, why not? As long as they could play multiple positions, we could.
But
right?
what other positions Jeff Wilson Jr. play?
Hey, hold on, wait. Let's talk about something important about Jeff Wilson real quick, right? Okay, real important about Jeff Wilson. What did he do that we weren't able to do all of last year? Come on, fellas, y'all saw it.
He did what? He didn't fumble?
That goal line carry.
And you see he's like this.
That's right.
He was not letting that ball go.
He's trying to make this squad. That's what he's trying to do. He not only do he want a job, he wants a job with the San Francisco 49ers.
Well, let me tell you this. He needs to learn how to pass block first.
Oh,
my man got destroyed.
First of all, wait. Now hold on. It's one thing about I'm not gonna let you play my man like that, Nick.
Bro, how can you not? He tried to step in and block this dude and got put on his ass into the quarterback.
And Booger talking about he was the fullback. Oh hell no, that was Jeff Wilson Jr. He got full backed. He got knocked on his back fully, and boom.
Black Dynamite destroyed him, bro.
Timeout. Watson is a physical freak, bro. Wilson was in position and ready for the block. He just didn't realize that a fucking powerhouses were gonna run him over. It's one thing to not know how to block. He knows how to block. He just got overpowered. That's all that is. Come on now.
Overpowered ain't the word. My man ran through him like a train.
And before Wilson's back hit the ground, Dakota Watson already had his arms on the quarterback. It was crazy.
Where was that? Dakota
Watson been there, bro.
Where was that Dakota Watson play with us though?
Don't do that. My man showed up again in that Raiders game.
Hell no, I'm gonna do that
but I'm saying not like he was tonight. He was all over tonight.
It could be because of the second, third string. Could be that.
I don't know. Vic Fangio might have turned around a little bit.
But his motor was high. He probably had something to prove. He probably mad San Francisco traded him on draft night. So he came and showed up and showed out and let Denver know he needed to make the squad. So shout out to Dakota Watson, the ex-49er. But he better not be coming in trying to hurt our players again. Y'all punch that cat in the kneecap straight up.
Oh, man. Oh, I see Steven here. Watson knew the plays. We getting that Gruden versus the Raiders thing with Tampa Bay. He knew the plays, coach.
Yo, I just said that was the biggest hit of the night, dude. He got destroyed.
Hold up now. Hold up. I got a biggest hit of the night candidate here.
With Reynolds.
Our punter, baby.
The Reynolds hit was bigger, but the punter's hit was more immaculate. Like it was unexpected. When you see our number 6 coming down that joint and just whoop, I mean it was clean too, straight right to the side, boom, all the
Yo,
way through. Finish.
You know
That's
what
a big dude, yo.
You know what the best part of all that was? All the guys that were blocking from our team looked back like, what the fuck just
Yes,
happened?
yes. No one expected that gap to be filled. No one did. Bro, even when I was watching, I was like, oh, here's a big return. Then it was like, boom. I was like, oh, shit. Where did he come from?
Sponge, and I'm like, yo, who is that? And I was like, that's Mitch. And I'm like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen that from a punter.
A kicker, 99% of the time, they stay back at the last line of defense. That man kicked the ball off and ran after like he was on the coverage unit, bro.
He runs a 4.9, dude.
Look, he's trying to make the squad because the Patriots just released Ryan Allen. So
no, which they cut.
He played another position.
They cut their guy for my guy Jake Bailey.
Yo.
Yeah, Bailey's the puncher that we had all year going to him because of that Stanford connection. You know what I mean?
Oh.
So listen, man, Mitch Wishnowsky, man, it was not the biggest hit. It was definitely the most surprising hit.
It was a money. I'm gonna call him Money Mitch.
Why do we need a Mostert anymore? We can use Mitch as a gunner, bro.
How he gonna be the gunner after he punt, bro?
Yo, he did it. He was the second guy down there.
The first guy down there, bro. He was the first guy.
You're crazy.
Did you see him in pads? That dude is huge. I'm like, wait, okay. Look, I'm getting excited. This is a preseason game. I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's go. What's next?
And they got everybody hyped up. Yo, I swear to God, I wish that happened at home. So I would have loved to hear the crowd just, oh, like when that happened. That would have been great, man. That would have been great. But y'all are absolutely right, man. My man Reynolds had the hit of the night.
Jesus, yeah.
He looked like a bull, like just coming out and just running straight. And my man didn't even move. He didn't even know it was coming. He had no idea it was coming, man. I thought they were going to call helmet to helmet on. They actually threw a flag on that play, right?
Yeah, and the best part of the hit was it was clean. When they went back and they picked the flag up and was like, "There's no penalty on this play," it was clean. So it was so fast. It was like, how can they couldn't have seen how clean it was. It was so fast and so hard. It was, that's what she said. But yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, the best part about the Mitch hit though also was the 49ers tweeted out and said, "Hey, EA Sports, can we get a change of tackling from a 36 to whatever for Mitch?"
That's what I'm talking about. We got. Hey, listen, guys, go out there and retweet that tweet. Let's make a difference on Madden, all right? No 36 for our kicker, man. Let's go. Hey, but listen, this is what I wrote. I did a write-up on that Reynolds hit, okay? So I was taking notes on big plays here. Let me talk about Wishnowsky real quick. I said Wishnowsky with that tackle was something that will ignite a team. The moment I thought a big return was underway, boom, he was making a big hit. Wish it happened at home. I talked about all that already, okay? Now, what I said about the other hit, though, the Reynolds hit, I said the juice on the sideline is amazing. Sherman championing his guy who may not even make the roster tells me all I need to know about this locker room. Watching Sherman interact with those guys after the flag was picked up tells me everything I need to know. Sherman and Alexander were over there congratulating that guy like he just won them the Super Bowl, and it was beautiful to see.
You know what, though, Mike? And then Wayne, sorry, but you know what? That happened last week, too, when Aziz Al-Shaair hit, and you had Quan and Fred Warner running down there like, yo, like the atmosphere on this defensive side of the ball is incredible.
I've told you it started with Kiffin, bro. I'm telling you, that man's attitude has changed. I have not. This is going to be a younger version and a more attitudish version of that Vic Fangio defense, yo. I'm telling you right now. And let me say this. Let me say this to every 49er fan out there because I love each and every one of you, even though I talk shit to y'all on Twitter. Now listen, please, can we please, for 16 more games, hopefully 18, 19 to the Super Bowl, can we please accept Richard Sherman as a 49er? This man is on the sideline cheering, like Mike said, he's cheering on people that might not even make this team in the fourth quarter jumping up and down the field with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left because the defense is making plays, still making plays.
To top all that off, it's in the preseason.
Yes, and so my point, my thing is he's all in with the Niners. He's all in, and if he's all healthy and all in, he probably won't get any interceptions. You know why? Because they ain't gonna throw to him. So don't get mad. Be glad that a side of the field will be shut down for the whole season, and then the rest of the team can eat. Trust me, this guy's all in. I would not lie to y'all, yo. Like Mike said, if you didn't believe it, go rewatch this game and just rewatch his reactions on the sideline. It's coachable moments. It's like he's gonna be a head coach at some point. That's what he's bringing to this squad, and they needed it. They needed it. Perfect, good investment. Good job, Colin.
Gary Bass says it best right here, man. Sherman is a Niner.
Gary, I love you, bro.
He's in there, man. He's in there. You know what I mean?
He was a Seahawk. Don't get this shit twisted. When he was a Seahawk, I couldn't stand Rich, Dick, whatever you want to call him. I hated him. He prevented us from winning the Super Bowl. But when he came over and wanted to be a Niner, you have to give that guy the benefit of the doubt. You got to give him a chance, yo. And he was coming off an injury. But thank you, Gary. Appreciate you for saying that. We got to get our fans to believe, yo.
Now we are in the middle of a bunch of positive stuff, and I'm rewatching the game on NFL Network now in the background. I forgot to ask you guys a legit question. We talked about Jimmy already. Are we concerned about Jimmy Garoppolo? Just a quick yes or no. Are we concerned about it?
I'm not concerned at all. He just sucked tonight. I'm not concerned, though. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL. He definitely knows the system. He just has to get back into rhythm with the system. That's all. And I'm sure he's got more of the system that he has to implement because, Kyle was giving him stuff as they went along. So, no, I'm not concerned at all. None of you should be concerned at all. If you are, that's your prerogative. There's nothing to be concerned about when it comes to Jimmy Garoppolo. We're going to go out and win some games.
I can't give you a definitive answer as in yes or no, because yes, I'm concerned about his footwork and the way that his mobility in the pocket. No, because I also think it's a vanilla offense, and we're down a lot of offensive linemen. So yes, there are some things that I'm concerned about. Footwork, being flat-footed, throwing off his back foot, not going through his reads the way that I like to see him. And it's been a year since he's played football. So I'll give him a little bit of slack there, but I'm still worried. But then on the other hand, I'm not worried about it because I know he knows this offense. I know that he can get to where he needs to be with a better offensive line and more of a non-vanilla offense too. Because you've seen the difference when he came out to the play calls. And I really think, things were changed for how he called for Jimmy Garoppolo. We've seen that before with C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins. And I kind of seen that tonight. But am I worried about Jimmy Garoppolo in certain aspects of his game? Yes. His footwork, the way he plants, the way he's throwing the football, that's all worrisome to me right now. I need to see more. I don't know if it's just jitters or timidness or what it is, but I'm a little bit worried about that.
My answer in short is no. Nick, you kind of alluded to it, then you kind of, stepped away from it, but Shanahan knows how to call plays and make his quarterbacks comfortable. He knows how to do that, and I think he'll do that with Garoppolo. Even give him plays that will force him to move his foot, move his feet, and then get ready to make a throw, and he'll be all right. And we'll see Jimmy gradually get better as the season goes on. So no, I'm not worried. There are concerns. You're absolutely right, but I'm not worried. That was the question. So no, I'm not worried about him at all. I do think he'll be okay. Antoine Gray has a moment here. Mike was down on Sherman during the offseason. All right. I feel like I need to clarify something real quick, and then we'll move on from this. I said that if Jason Verrett is here to take somebody's starting job, it's not Ahkello Witherspoon's. And Ahkello played a damn good game tonight. A damn good game tonight. I can't think of anything. Like, there were plays where I was like, oh, what are you doing talking about somebody in the secondary? Ahkello wasn't one of them. My point was, if Jason Verrett is taking somebody's job, it's going to be Richard Sherman's, not Ahkello Witherspoon's. I still stand on that. But Sherman,
You did say Sherman sucked though, and his spot should be
Call him
up for
out,
grabs.
Nick. Call him out.
You definitely said that. You definitely
Yeah,
said Richard
yeah.
Sherman should not
Put
be
some
here
more bass in your
because
voice.
he
Say the
cannot
extra
play.
Yep.
He cannot play, and the only reason that he and you and myself included said there was a ton of times he was getting burnt and toasted last year,
okay.
and you literally said he shouldn't be on this team. Literally said that.
I said he shouldn't be starting, and I said if he's the best corner that we have to run out there, then we're in trouble. I stand by that. Not that it's how he is, it's how he was. If he's playing better this year, then by all means he's playing better. See, that's the one thing that's happening here on this show that you don't see in other places, right? I listen to other shows, and once they have a vendetta against somebody, that's it. You guys have heard me turn my talk around on Trent Taylor. You guys have heard me turn my talk around on Matt Breida. You guys heard Nick tonight turn his talk around on Raheem Mostert. You know what I mean? And even with Richard Sherman, I'll do it right now. If Richard Sherman is playing better, by all means, he should be in there. But Jason Verrett ain't taking that starting job from my man, Keller Witherspoon. It still ain't happening. But the Richard Sherman we saw last year is not good enough. It's just the truth. And I stand by that. I stand by that. He wasn't targeted. They showed a graphic tonight that said he was only targeted, 11% of the time or something crazy like that? He's lucky. And I would say that 11%, I would say 4 or 5 of those percent came alone in that Tampa Bay game because Jameis Winston didn't care that it was Richard Sherman over there. And he exposed him. He exposed Richard Sherman that Tampa Bay game last year. So I stand by what I said, man. People have broken down the film. People have looked at how he was moving and things like that, and that speed turn and all that. And he was putting himself in vulnerable positions. I stand by that. It's not just me that's saying this. Sherman was not good last year. I stand by that, but he looked a little bit better.
He wasn't the Richard Sherman that we thought we were going to get when we brought him in.
Well, I mean, he still had the thing in the back of his heel, and that's what was bugging him till he couldn't make those turns. Right. He got that removed, and that's why I think he's a lot better this year because he doesn't have that nagging. He can do those turns and stuff now that he couldn't do last year. And I've always been stuck by Richard Sherman. I got a Richard Sherman jersey, so
me too.
Like, I mean, as bad as I hated him when he was a shithawk, but I'm gonna support anybody that makes our team. That's just the way it is. They're a Niner. I'm gonna support them.
All right. I'm with y'all here. So let's talk about Niners and supporting them.
We read this question right here, bro, so we can get into this shit right here.
All right. So we saw what happened with Kendrick Bourne, that play down the field. And for those of you not privy to our live chat, I said, hey, man, this was a defining play for him. And he blew it. I said that, right? But man, oh man, just a couple plays later, a couple series later, they threw it to him. His route made the DB fall. The DB.
Wait. Let's go back to what he missed first.
I said that.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you say that.
But you know what though? Let me ask you a question, right? Is Kendrick Bourne a better route runner than the type of play where you just throw the ball, he try to make a play on the ball? I feel like he's a better pass catcher and then makes a guy miss and then does his thing. Like, he reminds me of Michael Crabtree, right? Michael Crabtree wasn't on like burning you deep or catching balls over the top. That just wasn't his thing. He would run, sit in the pocket, be in the zone, catch it, make one person miss, and then turn it up the field for yards. That's when Crabtree became really good with the 49ers. Like, that's what we saw. He couldn't catch the fade routes. That's the one thing Kendrick Bourne could do over Michael Crabtree. He could catch fade routes because if you missed it, he caught one in his end zone today. So Kendrick Bourne, I get it. He misses the easy passes, right, guys? Like that. He just wide open. He's gonna drop it. Don't understand. But when it's one of those where he gotta like put a move on a defender, it's something that gives him a little bit of extra juju. He makes the catch. The next thing you know, he's turning it up the field for Yak. So I say he redeemed himself not on the fade catch in the end zone, but on that catch after he dropped the wide open pass that he had to dive for. Which, Nick, I want to ask you a question because you brought it up. You said, was that a good pass? I think you said was that ball catchable or something like that. Somebody said that.
With the one he dropped. I just wanted to make sure that the ball was catchable because it literally was right there.
Far, but it was out of his reach, and he had to make a dive for it. But it was a catchable pass. There you go. Okay, yeah.
Bro, that shit was over the shoulder dime.
Yeah,
and had it and just didn't close his elbows, and the ball just went straight
he
through.
didn't have to dive, right? Should he have?
No, he didn't have to dive. He was coming to the ground. Like,
see, that was a Jerry Rice catch. That's what that was. So that he missed. But did he redeem himself? Absolutely, he redeemed himself. He caught that pass. Go ahead, Mike. I'm shutting up.
Yeah. So that play, man, I was heated, and I said in the room that was a defining moment right there. He blew it. But then he came back, man. And that route that he ran, it literally made the DB trip as soon as he made his cut. The DB fell down. He caught the ball, and the linebacker was right there. The linebacker hit him, but he shook the linebacker. He ran back towards the DB and made the DB fall again. And they had to run him out of bounds, man. He made the same guy fall twice. Bro, he redeemed himself. And then there was a touchdown catch. So I did a little write-up on Kendrick Bourne also here. Hold on, let me read that one for y'all too. I said Kendrick Bourne, huge drop on third down, right? Beautiful ball by Beathard. Would have sealed Kendrick's spot on this roster had he made that catch. I kill people who like Taylor for only remembering him because of the third down catches. But I remember this play in particular because it caused us to punt, and after the punt, we lost a player. Poindexter got hurt on the ensuing play. Okay, I said we should have been on the field, still continuing with the offense and not punting. We wouldn't even have been in position to punt. We would have been in field goal position. I said he broke 3 tackles on a big play where he gained around 17 yards. I think it was for 20 something though instead, right? So that was the play where he broke the guy. I said then the toe tapping.
30 yards. It was 30 yards.
It was 30 yards in that play. God damn! All right.
30-yard thing. Yep.
I said, then the toe tapping touchdown. 1 bad play, 2 great plays. That's how you make a team. Showed stellar focus and ability to put a bad pass behind them. Most impressive, though, of all of this, no crazy touchdown celebrations. He realized he needs to improve himself, and we are seeing the maturation of Kendrick Bourne before our very eyes. That's what I wrote.
SAT word. Y'all look that up. Yo, what a write-up. I'm gonna have you do all my write-ups and just put my name on it. That was really good.
That was my write-up on Kendrick Bourne for the night, man.
Nah, Kendrick Bourne only had 27 yards total. That wasn't a 30-yard catch.
Oh, okay. So,
he had 2 catches for 27 yards and a touchdown.
My bad. Mostert had the only 30-yard thing. Okay.
There you go. 2 yeah. But the touchdown was only 1 or 2 yards. So it was like 25.
Right.
It was like 25 because the touchdown was right there.
Yeah, he only had the 2 catches. It was like I think it was like 19 yards or something. Then we were on the 5 or something.
Did he redeem himself?
Yes and no. Yes, he redeemed himself by going out and catching a fade and a touchdown and the 1 catch. But he didn't redeem himself because there's still too much inconsistency there. I still need to see consistency. To me, Richie James had a better game than he did tonight, even though Kendrick Bourne had a touchdown. And when you're trying to fight up a roster spot, it doesn't matter if you just score a 5-yard touchdown. It matters what you do throughout the whole game.
But Kendrick Bourne doesn't play special teams. And Richie James had 1 catch for 14 yards. What are you talking about?
He had 1 catch. He had 1 catch. Wait, hold on. He had 1 catch that was at the line of scrimmage and turned it into 14 yards.
Either way, it was 14 yards, and Bourne had 2 catches for 27 yards with a touchdown.
Right.
Richie James is going to give you more because he plays special teams. Let's just call it like it is. Because he's on that
Kendrick Bourne's on special teams too. He just doesn't run the ball.
He's not a returner.
Right, he's not a returner, no.
You're going to see more explosive plays for Richie James. If you ask me, Wayne, who's more valuable, I'm going to say Richie James because he can give me more, right? He can return a ball possibly for a touchdown on punt or kickoff return, whereas Kendrick Bourne doesn't do that. But Richie James is not like I just feel like Kendrick Bourne is the more the receiver, like he's the one that's going to give you the productive stuff as a receiver because of their size and the packages that they're running and the mismatches on defense. Like he's going to give it to you more. So I get what you're saying, but I just feel like it's hard to compare those two, man. It's hard unless they put out. You know what I would like for them to do? Put them on the field together. Put Richie James in the slot and let him be the Trent Taylor. But maybe that's not what we're trying to run this year all the time. I don't know. But yeah, he had one catch, 14 yards, and I wanted to say that Richie James that catch that he caught was 26 yards because the touchdown was only one. So that would be his 2 for 27.
Kendrick,
Kendrick Bourne. Sorry, I said Kendrick James.
That's what I thought. Yeah. I knew it was about 25 yards because we were only on like the 1 yard line when he caught the touchdown. So I get that. Now you guys transition to something good. I want to talk about it. Richie James, man. I know we were all over the place right there with it, but Richie James, man, he's not getting targeted. This comment here, Richie James ran good routes, but was overthrown several times tonight. Last preseason game, we saw him get thrown to a ton underneath. It was like 1 or 2 plays beyond 9 yards. Everything else was 5 or shorter, behind the line of scrimmage. They were going to him in short downs and distances and just seeing what he could do with the ball in his hands. And I said going into this game, I want to see him get targeted down the field. We still haven't seen it. I want to see Richie James run routes. I want to see what this guy can do. I really, really do. He caught a short route, turned it into, you guys said, 14 yards, right? But he looked damn good in the return game tonight, man.
Really good.
He looked really freaking good.
He looked better in these first 2 preseason games than he did the entire year last year, other than his one big run. He looks like he has more explosion. He looks like he wants it more. Like he's coming off just the way when he catches the football. If he's going to have that 10-yard separation, he's not fair catching it, and he's taking it and going. Now, there was one where the bounce one, I thought if he would have bounced that to the right instead of going to the left trying to get to the sideline, where he only got like 5 yards on that return. But if he would have went to the right, I think he could have broke it. Because everybody was on that side.
I think that's the one thing that he has to improve. Like, I guess with his vision when running with the ball, he's not I feel like he doesn't give us a lot of yak with the ball. Like he catches, like even on those underneath routes, he was catching it and not really exploding because I think he was just trying to secure the ball, get to the ground, move on to the next play. I think that's what his mindset was. But like you said, Mike, he looked damn good in the return game, and I miss the return shit. The last return, Dexter McCluster shit. I'm going all the way back. We need somebody to change the mode of the game if the offense ain't clicking and the defense is holding.
Yes, sir.
We need something, and I think it's that. I was one saying I don't think Richie James makes his team, and I'm not saying he makes his team by default due to injury. He may have. I think Kendrick Bourne makes this team, not because of what he did last year. I just think he gets that opportunity to do what he did again and hopefully become better. Because Nick, you did point out we're way more talented at the receiver position this year. Some of the talent the world just has not seen yet because it came out of college. But as far as that grit and that strength and that meanness and that grit, that stuff, it's definitely there on our team. But I think he might beat out Trent Taylor, even though he's injured. He might be the one to beat out Trent Taylor. They play the same position.
Who, Richie?
I think Richie might be the one. I think he might ended up if and that's hard. It's not fair to say this because Trent Taylor's injured and he's not on the field. But I think they would be going at it more for that position than anybody. I think for some reason, I think the big guy, what's his name makes the team. What's our big receiver? Not Hurd, but Jordan Matthews. For some reason, I just think he makes his team. I don't know why. I think we need one veteran. He's that. I think he makes the team. But we haven't seen him play.
Now this is an overreaction show. This is an overreaction show, Nick.
And what about our boy Dante Pettis, guys? What do we? Why are we not talking about him?
Wait. Before we get to him, let's stick with this KB Richie James conversation.
I was gonna ask you guys that question. At this moment right now, who would you cut first right now, KB or Richie James?
Who would you cut?
Yeah. As of right now, if the cuts were today, who would you cut going right now?
And I can't keep them both.
Nope.
All right, fuck it. And I'm not saying this because I like you. I'm saying this because
well,
one thing
thanks.
I'm learning from you is, I do like you, but I'm just saying the one thing that I'm learning is you want more bang for your buck. And if Richie James can give us on the return game and the receiving game, I think you got to go with Richie James. That's more bang for your dollar. That's what I mean.
So you're cutting Kendrick Bourne.
I would have to cut Kendrick Bourne because he can't do the same things Richie James can do. Can he catch me touchdown passes in the red zone? Absolutely. Can Richie James?
Wait, no, he can't. No, he can't. He's literally never done that.
Kendrick Bourne's never had a touchdown in the red zone.
He said Kendrick Bourne can.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My apologies.
Right. Richie James hasn't. That's my point. But if he can give us that big return so that Jimmy G only got to go 40 yards for a touchdown or field goal or whatever, like, we need that. I think we need that more than we need you know what I'm saying? No? I don't know. I think I would go Richie James. I don't want to, but I think I would because of the value. Y'all looking at me like I'm
Yeah, Mike, you go. You already know my answer, so.
Oh.
Fuck.
Why couldn't you put like a third receiver in there or something?
No, because all right. Here's my
Richie James has had a touchdown in the red zone just for.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has. Last year they showed it on the clip tonight.
Richie James has not had a red zone touchdown.
I thought
they showed a clip of it tonight live on the TV.
All right.
Yeah, I thought that was Kendrick Bourne. They showed twice. But go ahead. You could be right.
What was like? All right. They both bring a unique dynamic to this team. I would love to see a package with Richie. I would love to see a package with Kendrick Bourne, Jalen Hurd, Deebo Samuel, and Trent Taylor. All four wide receivers down in the red zone at the same time. Guys who can separate, jump up, and catch contested passes. Like that. That is my dream red zone scenario. Those four guys, right? But I think I personally value special teams more than the average fan. And this is a tough ass question for me to answer. Can I come back to this? Y'all want me to answer this like right now?
Hell no.
Yep, you answer right now.
I don't have an honest all right. I'm gonna go with Richie James. Wait, I'm lying. I'm gonna go with Kendrick Bourne as the guy who to cut first. The question is who you cut first. I'm gonna keep Richie James. Because I think Kendrick Bourne can be more of a value in pivotal times in the game if the offense is on the field. But I think Kendrick Bourne offers a little bit more value and a spark. A good kick return can ignite a defense as well as an offense.
Exactly.
It does a little bit more for the entire dynamic of the team. And so I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Richie James being captain, Kendrick Bourne being the first one cut. But I could change my mind just in a couple of minutes because it's not. Damn it, man! They bring really different things.
That's why I'm asking you guys to base it off what you've seen so far.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So what you've seen so far in preseason games, hearing from camp, things that you've seen so far.
I got based off of what I've seen so far. Both of them make the team so far.
Right.
No, but I'm saying between them two.
So in camp, Bourne is an all-star. In camp, he's balling. He just can't translate it to the preseason. So hopefully he'll translate it if he make the team to the regular season. But I just value Richie James more, so I gotta keep the James kid, man. I keep the James. I love Bourne. I love, bro. You know, bro. I'm a big advocate of Bourne, but I miss the flipping of the field positioning, bro. Like I miss there's so many games we couldn't win because like we just weren't on the right side of the 50 the majority of the game, yo. And then when your quarterback got to drive the ball 80, 70, 60 yards opposed to driving it 40, like Russell Wilson be 40, 30, 45, like it just makes it easier. It just makes it it just makes the it just makes it easier to score or to get into the end zone. So I'd rather have a good return guy and a possible receiver at the same time. So I would keep Rick. That's why I said I keep Richie James.
Okay. There was one more question about it was $1.99 contribution also. I believe his name was Merck, but I can't find the message here. I know Nick is looking for it also. I wanted to respond to it. And I mean, there's a lot of people watching right now. I think that the comment might be gone. And I can't remember what he was saying. I'm so sorry. That was absolutely next. That was next on our list. So I apologize about that. If you just type your message again, Merck, we'll get to it. I saw the $1.99. It only keeps it on the screen for, I think, a minute or something like that, and we lost.
Yeah, it's gone.
I am so sorry. I was trying to get to it, but it was about one of these guys, I believe, too. So I apologize about that. Guys, if you're just tuning in, I want to thank you guys for checking us out here. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Tonight we are talking about the 49ers and how they defeat the Denver Broncos 24-15. All right. This was a fun game to watch once we got past the starters. There's a lot more to get. There's a lot. I'm telling the truth. There's a lot more to get to, man. I got some put some respect on my name. I got some guys that put some respect on my name here. I said Richie James is making something happen every time he touches the ball. He only got the one reception tonight, but we saw it was a short pass. They turned into big yardage. We saw all the returns. We were talking about that. I got Mostert as a stud. Nick, here's your chance. We already discussed the Raheem Mostert thing. The next guy I have here is Jeff Wilson Jr., someone who clearly heard all the criticism last season, the fumbles and not securing the ball, and he's here to answer them all. We all, including myself, wrote him off. None of us had him making this 53-man roster. Once we signed Tevin Coleman, Jeff Wilson was an afterthought, right? Mm-hmm. What's he doing right now? He's helping. This is. Let me before I say the rest of this. What do you guys think about Jeff Wilson and what he's showing so far, man? He came back from an injury, came back early from this injury, and I think he's showing. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on it, and then I'll spin it to you guys afterwards one more time after that.
All right, you want to go first, Nick, or?
I mean, I think that he's made a turn. Like, I think he can see that. I think all these running backs. I mean, running backs in Kyle Shanahan's system are always good. No matter where he's been, all his running backs are good. Not taking anything away from Jeff Wilson Jr., Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, Matt Breida, anybody. But they definitely get better with this system. But Jeff Wilson Jr., guys who are at the bottom, I still am really loving this Austin Walter dude. But Jeff Wilson Jr., Austin Walter, Brandon Wilds, those guys know that this room is packed. I think you're getting a little more energy from them. And that's what we're seeing as indifference. You're seeing, Jeff Wilson holding on to the football really strong because he knows one little mistake could be he's done. This running back depth room, the depth in the running back room is so deep that I think that's why we're seeing such a good output from the guys that are below on the roster. Because they need to make that little push and say, I can still play running back and special teams. So, I mean, it's good on Jeff Wilson's part because I think he is showing that he can do it, but it's still a really, really tall ladder for them to climb.
I agree. I agree with Nick. Listen, what Jeff Wilson Jr. is doing is he's putting some good tape together. Because our running back room, believe it or not, is not only is it like stacked, it's stacked with like great depth. Okay, so with the injury, with the recovering injury from Jerick McKinnon, exactly. I'm watching it with you. With the recovering injury from Jerick McKinnon, it's leaving there's one spot that's going to be open on this for this running back committee. All right. So I can tell you the 3 that's gonna make the squad. McKinnon might start the season off for IR, come back, whatever. But we definitely know that Coleman's making it. We know that Breeder's making it, and Mostart's making it. Right. So one of these running backs, one of these extra guys, are going to do it. And right now, like you said, those other 2 guys that came out of nowhere are running hard. They're running hard. They're coming in. They're running hard. They're gaining 3-4 yards a carry. That's good. People think 3-4 yards a carry is bad because we're watching Mostert getting 9 yards and Breida 8 yards and whatever. And I'm telling you, once McKinnon comes back, yo, that zone run, that one, all they got to do is make one person miss, and it's a big gain. All these running backs can do that. So I think that with Jeff Wilson Jr., his stock is rising because he's putting together good film. And if he is one to get cut, I think somebody picks him up because he's definitely proven that he could play in the NFL.
So Jeff Wilson had 9 attempts for 33 yards, 3.7 average, and a touchdown. Austin Walter had 6 for 22 yards, 3.7 yards per carry.
So here's the thing about Wilson's carries, though. See, like when you see a yards per carry, you have to keep in mind, short yardage situations, 3rd and 2s. He had that goal line carry that I think he got a touchdown on, the one where he turned around and pushed his way in. Mm-hmm. Those kind of plays, they're not reflective in those stats, so we got to keep that in mind. Not that he couldn't have busted off a 7 or 8 yard run there, but it would have only counted for a 1 yard run or 2 yard run. So
right. No, I think he's physical, but I think we're not giving Austin Walter from his last week and this week in physicality either.
No, I'm not. I'm still not sold on Walter, especially Walter over Wilson Jr. Wilson just looks to be on another level to me. He just seems more focused. I know that he got blown up in that play. I know that happened, but again, I'll say it. He was in the right spot. He just got overpowered. It was about leverage. He was too upright, and when Watson hit him, he just, he snowflaked. He was just gone. He was too upright. He needed to get low and try to get under Watson's pads, and Watson just blew right through him. But that's a learning experience. You want that kind of shit to happen. The read. He made the right read. You were in position. You just didn't put your body in the right stance. That's it. He'll never make that mistake again. He got embarrassed. You best believe that when they go back and they watch that play, they're going to laugh at him in front of everybody.
They put it on brick by brick.
Yeah. They're going to expose him. You know what I mean? They're going to put that out there. He'll never make that same mistake again. His leverage from this day going forward will be better when he's going up against a speed rusher. So, I like those things. You guys know if you've been following, I have been high on Jeff Wilson Jr. I have loved it. I've been saying the Niners need a power back. He's that guy. I just don't know. All right, so I'm going to get to my second part of this question. I told you guys it was a 2-part question, right? It was what? All right, let me read it exactly the way I have it written here. It is, what is he doing right now? How is he influencing the 49ers decisions going forward? And my answer to this, because it's a loaded question for you guys. Should we put Jerick McKinnon on IR and let him come back later, or should we activate him now, even though he might not be ready? I think Jeff Wilson Jr. in particular is having the 49ers make that decision right now.
I don't think so.
Go ahead, Nick.
I don't think so. I think even if like I said, with my 53 man, even if McKinnon goes on the IR, I still only think we keep 3 running backs, because it's going to open up that 7th spot for a wide receiver for somebody to continue to grow, or it's going to open up a spot for an offensive lineman now, to where somebody that gets claimed off waivers or something like that. Like, I really don't think they're going to give that if Wilson or McKinnon goes on, and then we're going to bring another 4th running back on. I could be wrong, but I don't see it working out that way. I think they use that position somewhere else on the team.
And the only reason why I see it working out that way, though, Nick, is because of what happened last year. All right, our running backs were going down left and right, and we ended up having to sign Alfred Morris like what, week 3 or week
No,
2?
we
I
signed him. He was playing week one.
before because of Jerick McKinnon, right? But my point is, like, we had to pick up running backs that didn't even, you know, like had part take. They weren't even part of this team in the beginning. I think that if we know these running backs, they know our system. I think we go with the 4, and then just utilize them in each and every way, even though it takes up a roster spot. Put McKinnon on IR, bring him back the week he's eligible to come back, and then figure it out as we go along. God forbid, I'm not saying we're gonna have these injuries, but God forbid we do, and then we got to go on waivers and have to find a running back when we could have had a
But
Jeff
you're not
Wilson.
going to, because you're going to have practice squad guys that already know the system.
Oh, but so Wilson is not eligible for practice squad because he's played games, right?
No, he
No,
is.
he's eligible.
He's
So
eligible.
then why can't he just go to the practice squad?
Because you have to cut him first and hope he clears waivers.
There's waivers.
That's not true.
Yes, it is true. In order to put you can't just designate someone to your practice squad. You have
Right,
to cut
but normally before they cut them, they say, we're going to put you on the practice squad. Do you want to accept that?
They say that in hopes that they don't get claimed, Nick.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Seattle or
There's
Arizona.
a process. They have to get claimed. If they have to clear waivers, and then you can put them on your practice squad.
I don't think so. Because your practice squad is built before people are claimed. You build your practice squad, and then the players are waivered.
That's
and
not
then
true.
you can go and sign them or sign somebody off your practice squad.
It's not true at all. You cut people, and then the reports come out. The Niners signed this guy to your practice squad. Niners signed that guy. After you cut everybody, then here comes your practice squad being filled out. The Niners wanted X, Y, and Z. There was a wide receiver last year or the year before that everybody was really high on. I can't remember this guy. He had initials in his name like AJ McCarron. I'm just making it up, but he had initials in his name. Cannon. Something Cannon.
Oh, JD Cannon.
JD Cannon. Everyone was like the Niners should put him on their practice squad, but he got claimed, so they couldn't put him on the practice squad.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, so they have to clear waivers first, and then they can.
Really, you really think somebody's going to pick up a Jeff Wilson Jr.?
Hey man, look, man. You never know what the Cowboys are going to do, man. They're playing this game of chicken with Ezekiel Elliott right now, and you never know.
Yeah, but they got a good draft pick in Tony Pollard who can carry that offense.
I'm not saying that they won't. I'm just saying that you just don't know. You never know. Someone might be watching them and saying, "Hey, look, that guy's got some potential here." You know.
Like I'll say this: the Bill Belichick lives off of practice squad. Like he's scouting everybody's practice squad right now as we speak because he's waiting to see who you gonna let go and who he could turn into a diamond. Like, and some coaches are good like that. You know what though, Nick? We can't worry about that. We got to pick the best men for this squad. I got you, bro. I just be
like that's what I'm saying. Like, if it helps, to me, like, would I keep 4 running backs because of health issues? I mean, we went through last year with 3 on the roster for the entire year because we had Breida, Mostert, and Jeff Wilson Jr. Those were the 3 after McKinnon went down. And 4, I'm sorry, with Alfred Morris. Those were the 4 that we went with last year. But with the position being so deep on, I mean, even defensive line right now, like that's going to be a hard cut.
That's going to be a hard cut, yo.
Like
whoever they go to,
we're gonna get there. I swear to God, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, to me, it's a numbers game then. It's like, do I want to keep an extra guy that I don't really want to lose on a defensive line or a player on an offensive line or even a receiver to where they're not making this decision between Kendrick Bourne, Richie James, Jordan Matthews.
Right.
They're keeping that extra positional guy, or that offensive lineman, which really is something that we need to be concerned about right now.
The only thing I disagree with is this: why keep 7 wide receivers, and then when a running back comes back, you got to cut one of those wide receivers? I think if you're going to replace a running back with someone, it should be with a running back, because it doesn't make any sense if you know you're going to bring McKinnon back eventually. Why not have to release a running back you think is worse than him? Like, why say, all right, we need 8 running offensive linemen, and then when McKinnon come back, you want to cut one of those guys? You get what I'm saying? Like that's my only hesitation with that. I understand your logic. Don't get me wrong. I've been Mr. 7 wide receiver all along, but I just don't see saying IR one position and then when you have to activate them, cut another one. And that's all. It's going to be fun to watch. Demonic Angel did post what that Lamar Mark's comment was. He said KB has the highest ceiling, but the highest risk, and I think it's the opposite. I think personally, Richie James has the highest ceiling. Richie James' ceiling is a poor man's Antonio Brown type of guy. Richie James can run route. He's got deep speed. He's got kickoff playability and things like that. I don't think KB has the highest ceiling of those two at all. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree with that, but I've left that message up here just so we can talk about that really quick because it was that contribution to the show.
I mean, you guys heard me say it all the time. I don't think KB has a high ceiling at all. Like, I think what KB is what he is. That's what we see from him right now. And that's no take from him. That's not a bad take from him. It's just he's been here. This is year 3. He should be stepping up and being that number 1 receiver on this roster. Not in the league anywhere else, but he should be showcasing and playing with ones instead of coming out with 2s and 3s and 4s. Richie James started out with the 1s tonight. He played with the 1s. He did, though. Like,
he played with the 1s because of injuries to other people, though, Nick. Like, what you're saying is true, so I can't say. Huh?
Tonight?
Yeah. Well, like,
yeah,
good to him.
But that's what I'm saying. So whether it was injuries or not, why wasn't KB out there with the 1s?
Because of the position he plays. Pettis was still active, so he's not going to take Pettis' spot. You know what I'm saying? Debo was active. He's not going to take Debo's spot because of how high those guys were drafted. But when you look at KB,
Debo didn't come in and play until the 2s.
Right? Because once Pettis went that down,
Debo didn't come in into the second half, and then he had the
big. So he was probably with the 3s.
Who?
Debo did not come in until like late in the second half. Jalen Hurts came out before Debo.
Yeah,
then Debo came out.
Exactly. Debo came in.
But that's what I'm trying to ask right now is why was Richie James on the field before Kendrick Bourne?
Because I think it's
because of the slot position.
I think it's the matchups and the type of coverages that they were running, and it's chess with Kyle. So he wanted to make sure he had certain pieces. I don't think this had to do with just plain old depth. I think it was just the chess game. I think he thought Richie James being lined up on a linebacker or whatever would expose that person or whatever and make a big play, which he did. He got that. He caught the ball like behind the backfield, turned it up, and got the 14-yard pass catch run. So I think that's what it was. Kendrick Bourne.
Okay, so let me explain it this way. I'm just saying that I haven't seen Richie James or Kendrick Bourne excel when he's one of the receivers who has been here the longest on this team.
You're saying you haven't seen
that's
him
where I'm
step up
saying
the
his
ladder.
ceiling.
No,
he hasn't climbed the ladder.
I think he's right though. Like, right, Mike? Because what we see from Kendrick Bourne is who he is. He's gonna drop easy passes and catch difficult ones and make a play. Like, he's consistent at that shit. Like, that's who he is. That's what he does. He's not going to do probably anything else but that. And if he does it and it's productive, and we're gonna cheer for it, but I think, like you said, Richie James' ceiling is higher because that poor man's Antonio Brown, or I was gonna say he was more like Emmanuel Sanders, but they like the same sort of kind of whatever. He's gonna give you that that type of realm, that type of pass catch runner type thing.
Yeah, and that's all I'm saying.
That was a 6th-round draft pick.
The question was, who has the highest ceiling, or KB has highest ceiling, highest risk? Mike said he thinks Richie James has the higher ceiling. And that's why the only reason I'm going to that as Richie James have a higher ceiling is because he has had more opportunity to play in this offense as of right now than Kendrick Bourne has, being in year 3, where Kendrick Bourne hasn't excelled the way that he should have been.
I will say this.
That's all I'm trying to say about it.
Let me put it to you like this. Without injury, and this is why it's hard to judge things like this. Without injury, Richie James does not see the field all season. Not with the offense. Without injury, Richard James does not take a foot on the field with the offense. However, there are packages for Kendrick Bourne in this offense that, regardless of who's healthy, Marquise Goodwin, Pierre Garçon, anybody, there are packages that include plays with Kendrick Bourne on the field. So it's still hard to say what's what. We're just speculating. It's a really good debate. I promise you guys, like this is not just easy. This is not something simple where you can say this guy is better than that guy because of the difference in positions that they play. I think the 49ers right now would rather have Trent Taylor in the slot, Jordan Matthews as the backup, and then Richie James. You get what I'm saying? But I think that if you take Pettis out, they're okay with putting Kendrick Bourne in.
But James played the outside tonight too. That's why I don't understand. You just keep saying slot. He played the outside tonight.
No, I've been saying that he lines up everywhere. I literally just compared him to a poor man's Antonio Brown. I'm well aware of what his capabilities are, but who else plays the outside? You got Pettis, you got Goodwin, you got Hurd, you got Debo. He's not getting in there, barring a couple of injuries. That's my point. His best shot, Richie James's, is getting in the slot. And that's hoping that Jordan Matthews doesn't make the team and he's slot guy number 2. That's my point. Where Kendrick Bourne doesn't have to go down that long-ass pecking order to get plays schemed up for him. It's hard. It really, really is hard. I'm not trying to give, you know me, Nick. If I have an answer, I'll tell you guys what I really think. But putting a little bit more thought into it, it's harder to determine. Like you guys said, Hurd didn't play all. This is the first half, and Hurd is on the field. Hurd and Debo are on the field right now.
Late in the second quarter, Hurd came in for like 2 plays.
Come into the second half.
We said Kendrick didn't come until the second half.
Oh, okay. My bad.
That's what I was saying. There was other players out there before him.
Right. How did those guys get ahead of you? Yeah.
Right. And he's the guy that's been here going on year 3. He should be ahead of them.
But it's also about evaluation, guys. Like it really is about evaluation. You know what I mean? Like last week, as soon as who started the game, Nick Mullins, and then after that, it was Beathard. This week it was Beathard first, then Mullins after that. You know what I mean? And if you look, the receivers were flipped. They gave CJ Beathard the better receivers when he came in, and they gave Nick Mullins the worst receivers. But they gave Nick Mullins the better offensive line. So you really, I swear to God, you have to do a good breakdown of this because it's not just as simple as this guy was playing here and this guy was playing there. They're doing this kind of stuff on purpose. We're going to give you the worst offensive line, but we're going to give you the better receivers. Let's try to evaluate you that way. And then they're flipping it the following week. And that's what we're seeing here. So right now you got Beathard in with the 2s, but his wide receivers are, again, there's Debo, there's Hurd. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching this. So, but he got the better receivers when he went in last week also than what Nick Mullins got. So I don't know. It's really hard to tell. It is hard to tell. Bourne's out there. It's the second half. Bourne's right there in the huddle. He's a third receiver right now.
Yeah, in the second half.
No, second quarter. It's the second quarter and Bourne's on the field right now. I'm turning NFL Network. Bourne's out there right now. Second quarter, 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. They just ran the ball with my guy, Jeff Wilson. Like, he's out there now. He got in the second quarter, but it was a 3 wide receiver set. It was Hurd, Samuel, and then Bourne. So it depends on the packages and all that they're running. That's all I'm saying. So it's not as easy as, just boom, that's it, and this guy is there. They're testing all these guys out. It's really hard to tell during the preseason how they value these guys. So we're not going to know. We're all just speculating. You know what I mean? But I promise you guys this: the Bourne versus the James. That's a really, really good debate. I promise that's a really good debate. Like we stumbled upon it and we weren't trying to. That's a really, really good debate. But guys, we spent a ton of time on the offense. Let's talk about the stars of this game right here. The defense showed their asses. Now, Nick, I offered you some crow for a guy on offense. I got to offer you some crow for a guy on defense. My Jersey guy, Dante Johnson, had a hell of a game, and I need you to admit it.
This will kill me more than friggin' Mostert, man.
Come on.
He played well.
Yes, that's it. You can stop. Don't give me a butt. No butts. You can stop right there.
No, but there were still a lot of mistakes on his part.
Facts.
The penalties were still there. The balls that he should have had were there. He did come up with the one interception. Great play.
Should have had two.
Yeah, but he should have had the other one. And these are defining moments to make this squad right now, especially in that position.
Yeah, man.
Because, I mean, it's just crazy because
what? Not you. Go ahead. Not you. I see some crazy stuff. Sorry.
Dante Johnson. I'm not big on Dante Johnson, but he definitely had a better game than I expected. But like I said, he still had some mistakes. Is Dante Johnson completely out of the water? No, he's like got the fin out like a damn shark. Is he going to attack? Probably not. Like he's probably just surveying the area. He had a good game tonight though, but he definitely is not I still don't think he makes this team.
Oh, come on. We got to overreact, man.
I can't
overreact.
There's no look. Emmanuel Mosley played better than him. I'm taking Emmanuel Mosley over him.
Mosley had a penalty too.
I understand it, but I've seen more out of Emmanuel Mosley than I have out of Dante Johnson.
That's not true. Johnson was a starter 3 years ago for us. Come on, bro.
Bad. Oh, come on.
No, bitch. He wasn't a starter for us. He was a starter for the other team.
Right. He was trash, yo. Dante Johnson was trash, and you know it. He, in this preseason game against the 2s and 3s, he showed up. I'll say that. I tweeted that he was a garbage pail kid, and then I tweeted that I was a garbage pail kid for calling him a garbage pail kid after he caught that interception. Because he made up for it. Just like we let Bourne make up for it on offense, he made a play. Then he had a pass breakup. Then so he played better. But I'm with Nick, yo. The only way he makes this team is by default injury or something, or as a backup at that. I do understand. I like his size. I like his length, but this is what year is this? 5, 6, 7? He still don't know how to play.
Year 5 if I'm not mistaken.
He still don't know how to play, bro. Like he still don't know how to play.
It might just be year 4. I think we cut him early.
No, I think he's been in the league longer than that. We gotta look that up. He still don't know play recognize. He still don't got it here, and if he ain't got it by now, man, he ain't gonna get it. He just not. On defense, if we had him as a starter, he would be the weakest link. And they would pick on him all game. They would target him, and somebody said Dante Johnson will hurt us more than help us. That's what will happen, and then we'll be mad that we signed him, blah, 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 whatever. So all I'm saying is
this is year 6, bro.
Yeah, I was just going to say year 6.
Should have been said.
Year 6, goddamn.
Said 6.
6 years. He had 4 with the Niners, 1 with 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. No, this is year 5. Because both 2018 he was with the Bills and the Cardinals. 4 with the Niners, 18 was with the Bills and the Cardinals. So it's year 5.
That's 6. 4 and 2 is 6.
But it was 2018. He was on 2 teams in 2018.
He was on 3 teams in 2018. The Seahawks signed him, then the Bills and the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And then he started this year with the Chiefs, but then we picked him up.
Yeah.
So, all right, but we got guys. Come on, it's the Overreaction show. This ain't the Logic show. Get your logic out of here. Dante Johnson looked like a fucking starter tonight.
How am I going to overreact to somebody that's? I mean,
nope. Because you're trying to bring in the past, bro. He improved. He looked good. He looked good tonight.
You know why he got so many targets? Because he didn't look good. Like, people were attacking his ass. I felt like Greg Maben was on the field.
That's
true.
They
literally went straight at him.
They tried to attack him. He made them regret it multiple times.
Like 4 or 5 times, which he should, going up against the talent that he was going up against.
Oh, my God.
All I'm saying is,
why can we give credit to other people for going up against 2s or 3s, but we can't take credit away from going up against 2s or 3s?
Anybody I've been giving props to tonight, I have not mentioned who they're going up against. I didn't take away anything from
I'm not saying you in general tonight. I'm just saying in general. We can be all happy about Jalen Hurts scoring a touchdown against 2s and 3s, But then when somebody is playing good, which they should be, they were a starting NFL caliber corner at one point in their career, and then you're going up against 2s and 3s, and you should have a good game. Like, that's where I say that you should match up with who you're playing against.
I'm gonna hold you to this in a little bit. I'm gonna bring this back to you, okay?
This fan base is ruthless, bro.
You see it, right? You see it. Here was my write-up on Dante Johnson tonight. All right, I said Dante Johnson, despite the hate of 2 bad plays, I had the 3rd and 17 was dropped, but he allowed the play to happen. But the receiver dropped it, and then that penalty, he was targeted a lot. I put that in capital letters, a lot, and held his own. I think we've got to start acknowledging when players play. He played well tonight. 2 series after writing this message, Dante Johnson gets an interception. Right after that, he dropped another interception. It's time to put some respect on his name. I'm not saying this guy is good. I'm not saying this guy is great. But god dang it, Dante Johnson had a good fucking game tonight. As someone who got targeted, he looked good, bro. He looked good tonight. I'm sorry. Anybody can allow a play, and anybody can get a penalty. But considering he was targeted 9 times, and that's his rap, I'll take it. No catches allowed. He should have allowed that 3rd and 17 conversion, but no catches allowed and 1 penalty. Dante Johnson had a good game on 9 targets. He had a good game. He had a good game. That's what I'm saying.
3?
Huh?
How many pass breakups do you have? 3?
He had at least 3. Well, you know what?
Well, he only had 4 total tackles the entire game.
They don't count a PB, right? Because they weren't his guys though. They don't count they don't count an interception as a PBU. So I think he had 3 or 4 PBUs, the 1 interception, a dropped interception, and then he had some like he played a good game tonight. If Dante Johnson plays games like this for the rest of the preseason, y'all gonna be upset. But this dude has a chance of making the 53.
Over who?
Over anybody. Your boy Reed didn't have that good of a game tonight, and he moved back the corner.
I didn't say he did.
No, I know you didn't say he did, but you said over who? I'm telling you, Reed didn't have that good of a game tonight.
But Reed's more versatile than him.
Okay.
All right. I mean, because he plays the nickel and he plays outside.
Right.
And he was getting work tonight. And I like Reed. I'm a Reed fan. He was getting work tonight. I like Reed. So I'm just saying, I'm giving flowers tonight, man. I'm overreacting in a positive way. I'm giving flowers tonight.
You can't overreact in a positive way.
Yeah, I can. I'm over. Come on, Nick. Look, all right, timeout. We'll take a timeout. We'll be real. Dante Johnson ain't making this squad. But let me give this man his flowers, bro. Come on now. I'm overreacting in a positive way. My man Wayne couldn't even show his face. He was laughing so hard.
Yo, you took a time out to say that. That's why that's funny. Yo.
Yeah, now, time in. Let me get back to overreacting. Dante Johnson had 4 tackles, an interception, and a dropped interception. My man was out there playing tonight.
What do you have? 2 penalties?
1. Just 1. Don't do that. Just 1.
Well, I think they called 1, and then they called it not a penalty.
We saw that happen a couple of times tonight. So
yeah.
We saw him. Now, who led the team in tackles tonight? DJ Reed at 5 tackles.
He had 5, yeah.
Unassisted tackle. The guy whose name I didn't.
Guys whose name what?
He froze.
Yeah, he froze. There you go. He's back.
Am I back? You got me? Bromley had 2 tackles and 2 sacks tonight. Who the hell is he?
Thompson, too. That dude was balling, too. I'm like, where'd this guy come from? Thompson. The defensive lineman.
For us?
Yeah, for us.
Oh, Thompson had 1 tackle.
I think he came in for DeMontre Moore at one point.
Oh, Moore got hurt tonight. I am worried about my guy. Moore was having a good preseason. Moore was having a good preseason practices. Here's somebody's name, though, here, guys, that I thought we should be paying attention to. Kentavious Street had a good night tonight. Now, he played against some backups. If you guys want to downplay him, then, so be it. Go for it. But 3 tackles, 1.5 sacks, and he was around the ball. He didn't always bring down the quarterback, but he had a couple of pressures as well. Kentavious Street, I thought, had a good game tonight, man. I was really impressed with this young man. What about you guys?
Yeah, I didn't know that he lines up on the outside, and he got the sack from the outside. I thought he was an inside DT, and man, he's just strong. He was able to get to that quarterback like it was nothing, yo. So I just don't know if he makes the. Who cares? I just don't know. The defense. It's hard to talk about the defensive line because when you start talking about how good they're doing, like these aren't even our starters yet, and it's like, dang, we're gonna have to sing goodbye or kumbaya or something to some of these guys because they're not gonna even make the squad, and it's unfortunate because they're playing so well. Like this is our strength. Our strength is this D line. Our strength is the depth on the D line. Let me just keep that 100 too. So I want all these guys to be there, yo. And we still haven't seen guys like Ronald Blair. Like these guys, he hasn't even suited up. And we know he's not starting, but he's depth. But I thought Street had a good game. 1.5 sacks. I think he shared that half sack with your boy Valaga. I think that was the sack that he shared.
Oh, I was going to get to him. Look at my message here for him.
And Valaga, you got Valaga at 2.5 sacks. It says he only has a half sack.
No.
In two games. 2 games.
2 games.
You know, I know you guys like the sack numbers, but you know what I like? Those 4 tackles for losses.
Yes. And he had an almost sack like twice tonight. He was right there, but the quarterback, that one I thought it was a fumble.
Mm-hmm.
The dude bounced it off the ground. Valaga was right there. He was right there. Jeremiah Valaga, man. Listen, this dude, number 78. People are talking about. Look. Look at the comments. Just look at the comments. You're seeing a lot of number 78. Number 78. I tweeted out tonight. Nothing else. Hashtag 78. That was it. People are seeing it, man. Valaga, number 78, man. Look, Valaga. That's a false stat right there by Dre, but Valaga was out there, man. He was putting in work.
What did he say? 7 tackles, 1 sack. He didn't have 7 tackles.
It says TOT, so he put that in there. What does TOT stand for? Tackles
Total,
on tackles?
Total tackles.
He had totals with he had 3 total tackles by himself with 4 assists.
Right, so that's what that person meant. That person meant he had 7 TOTs.
Total tackles. I see what you're saying, but that's my point, though, man. My man was all over the place. Valaga looked good, man. Did I yawn? Mike got that 1 a.m. yawn. Did I yawn? I yawned?
I probably yawned. My bad.
Oh, we all look alike. It's all good. Look at Nick. Oh, he's an Oreo tonight. He's in the middle.
Come back, Cream. Come back.
We gotta give my man Valaga his flowers, bro. Listen, he left. Oh, what happened?
Oh, still put me in the
middle. I'm back.
You brought him back in the wrong order. I know what you were trying to do. Okay, you tried to pull a me from last week. I know what you did. But yeah, man, we got to give my man Valaga his flowers, guys. He's playing well. He's going to be one of these guys. He's Marcus Rush. He's the next Marcus Rush.
Well, if that means if he's the next Marcus Rush, he ain't making the team.
But it was criminal that Rush didn't make the team. We didn't have a pass rush that year.
I ain't heard from Rush since either. And my question, where did Valaga come from? Because
that is a great question, and I don't want to lie to you, so let me click his name on the 49ers app and give you some information about him. Because
for who?
Valaga.
I have it right here. That's what I'm looking at.
Break it down for us, brother. Go ahead.
Valaga had 3 total tackles, 4 assists, and a half a sack.
Yeah, he came from UNLV. That's where he went to college. I was trying to figure out where'd he come from. Like he went undrafted and we picked him up. Like how did he end up on the Niners is what I'm saying. And he's nothing but Oreos. He ended up on the Niners and he's balling out. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This defensive line is not only getting pressure from the outside. What's the quickest way to the quarterback? Straight line, right up the middle. People want to know why Aaron Donald's defensive player of the year for the past 2 years is because he can get to that quarterback. Plus, he has a unique set of skills and he's short, right? So he's able to do that. But my point is, we're like Armstead, if he's on, and Buckner, whoever's on the inside, they're gonna feast, man. My bold prediction was that Buckner was gonna lead the 49ers in sacks. Remember I said that, Mike? You was like, no. I'm telling you, not Armstead, and I said Buckner. And I'm telling you, if they doubling, they can only double one side. That's it. That's because the numbers ain't gonna work. Somebody gonna be wide open. We gonna be walking in the end zone a lot. I mean, getting to the quarterback a lot. So, like, something's got to give. That's why, like, this secondary, their main focus. I want them for the rest of practice to just do tip drill balls, just practice catching the ball. It's gonna be a lot of passes, a lot of opportunities coming at the secondary, coming at the linebackers to return touchdowns for to get interceptions to return for touchdowns. There's gonna be a lot more opportunities this season for that. I was a little upset at this game because I just knew that the 49ers were going to have at least 2 turnovers in this, at least get 2 turnovers in this game, and they didn't. They got the one. Shout out to Mike's boy for that. Dante Johnson, New Jersey native. Shout out. But
we should have had 3. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But they're going to come. My point is they're going to come, and when they come, we got to capitalize on it. I think we show you because if you watch that defense, what was they doing on every play? They was ripping. They was trying to get that ball out. I'm like, oh, somebody gonna break their hand. They better chill out. It's preseason. So this defense is tough, man. It's tough. It's so tough. We ain't even gotta talk about it no more. We just need to watch them show up and play. And it don't matter who they put on the field. It's crazy. It don't matter who they put on the field. It's a different mindset.
Chris Kosuric definitely changed the mindset of this defensive front. One way or another, they're playing angry every single snap.
Bro, the run defense looks so damn good. Now, I know we allowed over 100 yards. I know we did, but
not to cut you off, but not only the run defense, but the red zone.
Oh, that's been consistent for
we could have held, dude. We had 22 plays total in the red zone. I think I seen the tweet before we let up a touchdown, and that was a breakdown in coverage by gap assignments on our defensive line where their rookie quarterback ran it in. We could have went another game without giving up another touchdown. I think it was 22 minutes straight or something like that.
Isn't that crazy?
Them boys out there working. Them boys are out there working, bro.
You get a turnover in our territory and you still hold them to 3 with their starting offense.
Them boys are out there working. Look, man, we gave up 100+ yards. Okay, I'm not trying to downplay what the Broncos did. We ended up giving up 113 yards. But if you look at their biggest plays, so there's breakdowns in coverage all the time, right? Their quarterback Kevin Hogan had their longest run of the night. That right there was 24 yards. You take that one play away, they didn't get 100 rushing yards on us.
Oh, I got 26.
Oh, it says here he got 2 rushes for 26, but his long was 24.
Yeah,
that's what I got here. So if you take that one running play away, they finished the game with 80-something yards. You know what I mean? Like that. That's crazy.
Even if you take the Emmanuel Sanders one away, because he's not a true running back.
That was 20 yards right there.
That's 20 more yards. So
we can't do that now. But we can't do that because my man Debo. I'm not diminishing my man Debo's 45-yard run. Debo earned that shit. And by the way, did y'all see the speed comparisons to Debo and what's his name? Hill? Was it Hill? Come on, y'all.
Bro, he got to that edge. I thought he was going to get hit right there. And he got to that edge.
He hit the gas on him, Nick.
I'm like, bro, this guy is just straight running down the sideline like, go, go, go. I think they said it was like 21 or 31 miles per hour.
No, not 31. He got out to 21.09. Come on, Wayne. Come on, man. Bro, they said the fastest man in the NFL last year was Tyreek Hill. He only got 21 miles an hour. You know who got the highest last year?
Breida.
That's right. That's right.
That was like 20. That was a high 20, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was like 26 or something like that.
Yeah, that was a high 20.
I think it was like 22. Y'all bugging if it was 20. If he had 26 miles an hour, I'm trading in my car for better sneakers.
Those are cleats, dog.
Nah, I promise it was 22 or 20. It was like
I could have said
22.09.
There you go, 22.09. That sounds about right. But he clocked in as the fastest guy last year, and last week the fastest player in the NFL was Deebo Samuel. He broke 21 again this year, this week. Guys, there is speed. If you have not done a fantasy football draft yet, this is my note for Deebo. I got it right. I can show you guys my note for Deebo Samuel. If you have not done a fantasy draft yet, get Deebo Samuel. I promise you guys, between carries and just short little ass passes that he's going to take to the house, Kyle Shanahan is going to use him. I got Samuel is going to be special. Fastest player in the NFL last week, and I'll suggest that again this week. So I don't know yet. We haven't got the results yet for this week, but he's probably going to get it again. He's game ready. If you haven't had a fantasy draft yet, good. Take him and take him early. People will call you crazy. People will say you're just a homer, but I promise you, he'll be worth it. If there's one player on offense I want this year, it's Deebo Samuel.
Let me ask you this question, since we're talking about Deebo and we're talking about Jalen Hurd. When do you think we really see him with the ones in this offense?
Who, Deebo?
Yeah.
Week 1.
Think so?
I'm not putting him out there in preseason.
Yeah, I think that's what's going down. I think they letting him get his legs and with the third strings, and he just blowing past them cats like they like fifth strings. Like he just, you know what I'm saying? Because like he's just getting some playing time right now, just to keep his legs churning, bro. But week 1, he lining up. He's suiting up, lining up. It's that's easy pickings right there, yo. And good luck to those that got to defend him. I was mad that I think Kyle Shanahan was just running what they was running, yo. I don't even think that end around was in their playbook. I think he was like, fuck it. They did it to us. Let's do it to them.
Nah, we did it last week too.
Oh, okay. But
he had a 19-yard or 14-yard run last week.
Yeah, something. Yeah. You're right.
Maybe they took that play out of our playbook and tried to hit us with our own medicine, and we just hit them back with it even better. Because
I like that we've seen it in back-to-back weeks. That lets me know that Kyle Shanahan realizes I got some special guys here. Get the ball in the hand.
Guys,
that's the kind of stuff that we used to see the Seahawks doing with not Kurtz. What was the young dude's name?
I know
Trayvon. No, was he with the Seahawks? No, it was with the Rams. Trayvon was with the Rams.
Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin or something like that.
That's who it was. We used to see them doing it with the Rams. You got a guy with speed, get the ball in his hands. The Seahawks had a guy like that too. Percy Harvin. That's what
Percy Harvin. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking about. We have our own version of Percy Harvin. We have never had that here in.
The quick question about that is why hasn't he been doing any punt returns or kick returns? Because he was a specialist in college for that.
I think we do, Nick. I think come week 1, why hit him? Why hit them with what we? Why hit the preseason and give these guys any outlook on what we have when it comes to special things going down? I think come week 1, you might just see that. If Richie James don't make this squad, he's gonna be returning punts. Simple. If so.
Well, right now Dante Pettis is returning punts, and Richie James is doing kickoffs.
Dante Pettis is fair catching punts.
Yeah, that's all he does is fair catch. I don't think I've ever seen him run one. He got hurt last year on one. That's when he got hurt.
He got hurt,
and he hasn't run ever since. He just fair catches it.
Yeah, all I know is Kyle going. We know Kyle's going to put the best players on that field so that they could they could do their thing, yo. I'm excited. That's why I'm not worried about the offense. Like I'm not worried. The only thing that I'm concerned with, and I think with these next 2 games, because of the injuries to the interior offensive line, that's the only thing I'm concerned with. Them getting those reps to build that synchronization with the quarterback. That's why Jimmy G has to play definitely week 3, take off week 4, work with that starting offensive line unit. Let's pray that is back. What's the boy that keep getting hurt? Joshua Garnett. Let's pray he's ready to go. Like our guards is our weakest position right now. Teams know that. We got Tampa Bay coming up. We got what's their coach that he played these defensive coach too. Yes. So
That's Mike's guy. That's his secret. He's in love with that guy secretly.
he's a great.
It ain't no secret. I got
bro,
mad respect for BA.
bro.
Mad respect for him.
What he did for the Colts when their coach was out sick with cancer was amazing.
With the
And like,
Colts.
yeah,
He
but
did it
remember,
with the Steelers. He did it with the Colts. He did it with the Cardinals. BA is the man everywhere he go.
dang.
He did it everywhere.
So you know they're gonna come at us. You know they're gonna come with that defense. Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm glad Denver. I'm glad Vic allowed that defense to play the way they played today. It's gonna hopefully wake up. What you call it? And then next week, Kansas City better bring it too. This is the dress rehearsal game, so it's gonna be war.
Can I ask you guys a question real quick, and then I guess we can move on from there, or you got something else about that?
No, I got one more topic to get to before we get out of here. It's getting late on my side. So
I just have a question. Did you guys listen to John Lynch talk, and were you worried about Nick Bosa?
Yeah, his commentary on Nick about like it didn't make me feel sure that Nick was gonna be ready to go week 1.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard it. Like it was like but maybe that's smoke screen stuff. See what I'm saying? Like how much of it could be a little smoke screen? Because when you're looking at Nick, he's looking like this boy look like he gonna come and ball out. I know, Mike, we ain't never seen him play an NFL game in our life. I got you. But it's something. He's talented, bro. I think he's more talented than his brother Joey. But our GM didn't make me feel confided in him. Like he left it so open. Like, yeah, we're gonna reevaluate and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Like, that's not what we want to hear.
Yeah, like, to me it sounded like he was just like, Nick is a force when he's on the football field. We're hoping for week 1, but we're also playing it to where, we can't lose it for the entire season.
Yeah. So we don't know.
Did you hear that interview, Mike, or no?
I don't know if I heard it. I'm not 100% sure if I heard it.
You about to hear it now.
It was pregame. It was pregame.
Okay, then no, I didn't hear it. But I heard John Lynch saying something recently on, I believe it was Sirius XM, and he sounded very doubtful about Bosa's return week 1. So that's why I said I wasn't sure. He repeats a lot of the stuff and said it the same exact way, so I wasn't sure. I don't want to bash the dude before I see him take a snap in the league. All I'll say is, as a guy who was supposed to be so talented, the numbers didn't match up to the talent in college. I'm hoping that we get what he's supposed to be here. That's all I'm going to say.
In college when he played, he was a force on the field. Due to injury,
didn't have statistic numbers.
He just didn't have the statistic numbers. That's why when y'all was bashing my boy Gary, you know what I'm saying? Like it was the same. Like he just didn't have the numbers, but he creates a problem. I can't explain that shit. It's just they just have this gift. So that's what we got.
I'm gonna say this. If he's really not sure if he's gonna be ready, don't rush his ass back, because from what I've seen from these secondary guys on this defensive line, if we can wait a game or two to make sure he's fully healthy, then do it. You have the depth.
And that would be the wisest thing to do. And I think that's what we're doing. I think that's what it is. It makes perfect sense. If he's not 100% ready to go, then what's the problem? Like we don't have to. Look at what we're producing against ones on the offensive line. So my twos are coming in, being able to bull rush and get pressure and collapse the pocket. My twos on the starting offensive lines on these two teams that we played. That should say something about the depth on this team. That should say something.
And the only reason I say that is because we're watching second tier, third tier guys right now produce, right? They're getting pressure, they're collapsing the pocket, things like that. You go and you add D Ford on the one side, you add Eric Armstead or Solomon Thomas, whoever it is. I think it's going to be Armstead. And then DeForest Buckner.
I think Nick froze. Is that me?
Yeah, I think that's
You
you.
there, Wayne? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
So
Can you
Nick
hear me?
froze. He's about to get into all the different players on the defensive line. But there you go, Nick. You're back.
That's weird. I wasn't frozen at all. I could hear everything you guys were saying. D Ford, you add D Ford, you add Armstead and Buckner. Those are 3 upgrades compared to what we've been playing with. Can we do a game without, a Nick Bosa and you get a Ronald Blair back or somebody like that can add over there in that depth piece against the run or against the pass? I mean, and do we really lose? Like, I'm not talking the whole season, but for 1 or 2 games, do we really lose a lot to get him healthy to go into the 16-game season?
I'm with you, bro. You asking the squad that because I'm with you. I would like to see Bosa suit up the Pittsburgh Steelers game, the first home game in San Francisco. If he's not ready to go, I would hope that would be the game that he's able to suit up for and play at home. If he's not healthy enough to go week 1. That's what I'm hoping. But again, we have to wait and find out. The way Lynch is reporting it is very weird. It's just unsure. And I don't know if he's supposed to, but it's just unsure. So we have to just wait and see. We do know one thing: he won't play 1 snap in the preseason. That we know.
I swear to y'all, Nick was frozen on my side. But
dude, you guys were moving around everything.
Was he frozen to you, Wayne?
Nah, he was talking and moving.
Oh, well, you should have told me to shut up. He was like, and just didn't say anything else on my side. But no, I'm not about rushing anybody back, man. Let these guys heal up. I don't care who it is. It could be guys I don't think is going to make the roster. They're no good if you rush them
Jimmy
back.
Garoppolo for all I care,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, don't. There's no need to rush these guys back, man. I want to see him play, and I want to see him play well. There's a difference. So, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm looking for. That's what I got for Bosa. And the last player I want to bring up really quick though is Solomon Thomas. Solomon Thomas had a very good night. If you look at his stats, it's only 2. There's my man Mostert. He had 2 tackles and 2 assists, but he was way busier than that. He had a ton of pressures. My man was affecting run plays and things like that. And Solomon Thomas played a lot. I want to say I saw him in the 4th quarter. I'm not 100% sure, but Solomon Thomas played a lot tonight. You know what I mean? So I want to know your guys' thoughts on it all. Is Solomon Thomas looking good? Is Solomon Thomas looking good against backup players? Are we looking into it too much? This is the Overreaction show, so have at it, fellas. Like this I want this. This is the last thing I got for you guys. So what do you think about Solomon?
I think even if it's against the backup players, the fact that he was like, sideline to side, like he was getting to the ball, coming from the inside, like he was getting to the ball carrier. He was getting pressure, like he was doing everything that I thought Solomon Thomas should be doing, as a defensive tackle for this team. He looked better inside, than we have seen him start on the outside. Even if it was against the 2s or the 3s, I think this is the confidence boost that he needs to make his game come. I think with the level of the defensive line, just the play of it being better, I think that this is making him want to play better. I think I tweeted that too. I think the fact that everybody is out here playing to just a higher level, he's stepping his game up. I know he only had 2 tackles, but he's just looking good on defense. Like he's looking good, like, just getting to where he needs to be.
I agree completely, man. I was thoroughly impressed with Solomon Thomas tonight, man. Plays that he wasn't involved in, he was doing the right things and dominating. But my thing is he doing that against lesser competition? You know what I mean? That's where I had a hard time just basically judging what Solomon Thomas is doing. Nick, I would love to get your thoughts on how he played, man. I know a lot of people he was solid, he was great. What are your thoughts on how Thomas played tonight?
He was great. I mean, his bull rush looked really good tonight. His sideline to sideline when he was playing the outside looked pretty good. Am I taking it with a grain of salt probably tonight? Yes. But is it a step in the right direction for Solomon Thomas? Yes. I think it's to get his head on right and say, basically say, I can do this. You know what I mean? He definitely looks, I see you just put up Niner by Nature says Sally T looks quick. I think he definitely looks quicker. I think he definitely looks thinner, more powerful, not as much in his head playing. So I think it was a good night for him. I'm not going to take anything away from him going up against 2s and 3s, but I think it was a good night for him. I think it's a good, confident booster for him going forward with everything that he's been through.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much else to add to it. You guys said it all. I wish I could sit here and pretend that, Denver's offensive line is great. I wish I could say that their 2s are probably 1s on other teams. You could say that about their defensive line, but not their offensive line. You know what I mean? But he did good, man. And I'm pretty sure he played from first quarter to fourth quarter. Solomon was out there. The team is doing a true evaluation of him. If you guys remember, one of Chris Kosurik's first jobs when he got here, they said evaluate Solomon Thomas and be honest with us. I think that we're seeing the results of his evaluation, and that was probably a big question mark, inconclusive. I don't think he was sure about what he saw in Solomon Thomas. If you watch some games of Solomon Thomas, you can see the dominant guy that you can tell, hey, this is why he was drafted 3rd overall. And then there's other games where you watch of him and it's like, why is he in the league? And then there's everything in between. So I think we see the results of that when you see him out there playing so much tonight. But tonight was definitely a good night. He played well and played well the entire game. So I want to see if he can do it back to back. The dress rehearsal is next Saturday, or not next Saturday, but on Saturday. Is this Saturday? So against Kansas City, and I'll be locked and tuned in and ready to see what happens. So I got nothing else for you guys. If there's anything else, the floor is yours.
Hey, man. My boy Nick Cork says hello to you guys. He told me to tell y'all hi. So he just wanted to say what up. He said he's watching the show.
Oh, my guy, Nick. We should have probably opened this up to people, huh?
I like the comments. I kind of like how they just came popping up. They made me laugh. That was funny.
Nick is the man, man. Nick is the man.
I love Nick, man.
I can't wait till he can get over here for a game or get over there. His wife hates us.
Wow, we keep.
Nope, it's a joke, inside joke. He'll know what it is. She'll know what it is.
I was about to say, I don't even know his wife. Why would
she'll know what it is too. Every time she comes in and he's watching us, she's like, "Oh, you're watching those damn bloats again?"
Bloats,
like things like that. So
damn, I'm a bloat.
I think that's what the word was.
Or is it bloke?
Bloke something. I don't know. I'm not English, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, he always sends me messages when he's watching us, and he's like, "Oh, my wife's talking shit again." Blah blah blah. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, Shair did look good. We didn't talk about that.
Shair looked good tonight, man. That 2 games in a row.
Mark Njoka looked really good tonight too.
He did make a couple of plays and threw up the
He had a play where he flexed on him, but there was some other plays where I was like, where is he going? But he did though. The plays that he flashed bright. Yeah. I was like, okay, all right, Mark, I see you trying to get that spot. I definitely know what you're talking about. I'm trying to think who else looked good tonight that we didn't mention. I don't want to take anything.
I got you on defense. Number 60. Nah, Kevin Givens.
Givens. He looked really good.
Oh, another big play was from Givens was one of them. Absolutely. And matter of fact, Booger even started talking about him. Mm-hmm. Booger said he trained him in the offseason and things like that. So that was a good one to see. But the tall dude that I thought was injured, Jamil Garcia. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He played last week, though, too.
Yeah, he made a couple of plays, and I was like, yo, I thought he was injured. This guy, he's out there flashing, too. I don't know if he even showed up in the stats. Let me see. I'm not sure if he showed up here.
I don't see him, Doc.
No. Oh, wait. 1 tackle. That's all I see. But no, he did better than just like Mark Nzauchi. He only had 2 tackles. Solomon Thomas only 2 tackles. But these guys were all over the place, man. Bromley, 2 tackles, 2 sacks.
Just to end this real quick, people are asking about the injuries. So Adrian Colbert left with a hamstring. Demontre Moore dislocated thumb. Tim Harris was a groin injury. DJ Reed Jr. was a shoulder. Demetrius Flanning fouls. Wynn knocked out. Jaquiski Tart concussion evaluation and was cleared. So they're the total of injuries tonight.
What was the worst one?
It doesn't really say. I mean, I would think that I think worst one for the person is probably Adrian Colbert.
Hamstring.
This dude got to get it back on it. God damn it, man.
Is it possible he doesn't make it for our guys?
Yeah.
It's very possible.
Absolutely.
Damn, that's my guy.
With the way Moore is playing, with the way we've seen even Reed play the position.
Do you guys think that's in his head, though?
Yeah.
For sure, he was a starter, you know, and now it happens. Damn, man. Gina, come on, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's just touch on this real quick, Mike, and then we can go. So it says next week is going to be a good test for this defense. Best offense in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
It's really going to be – I like that comment because it could really be interesting to see because it's week 3. So a lot of starters are going to be playing for at least a half.
We've allowed 2 touchdowns in 2 games.
One touchdown.
They didn't score last week. They got all
They didn't score. That touchdown today.
This week, they had 9 points, 3 field goals. We're about to do the same thing. And then we gave up that run, the touchdown run to that quarterback.
That's why I said earlier it's 22 minutes of playtime with no touchdown.
I was pretty sure the Cowboys scored a touchdown and missed the extra point.
Nope. They missed a field goal, and they got 3 field goals.
I know they missed the kick. I know the Cowboys missed the kick. I thought it was you got to remember that I didn't get to see the game. I was
yeah. No, we didn't give up a touchdown until that. That's why I said today we haven't given up a touchdown until that blown coverage on the A gaps, the missed A gaps for the quarterback to run in for the end to the end zone.
Yeah,
that was the first one.
He got juked. He was on skates.
Yeah, he was definitely on skates.
Made a big hit.
All right. Okay, so 1 touchdown. That touchdown was a fluke.
And it was late in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna be very interesting, man. These guys are playing with a lot of pride. So
hey guys, you know what we did after the touchdown? We shut that 2-point conversion all the way down.
Oh yeah. Oh
all
yeah.
I'm telling you, yo, that red zone defense is probably our biggest improvement.
Red zone defense and red zone offense are probably the 2 biggest improvements this year.
Got about the yep.
Come on now. We got to be honest.
Got to be honest.
Yep. They said it. They said it on the thing. This is where the 49ers struggled last year. We were on the 1. We punched it in on the first try.
And that could, yeah.
Can't hear you again. So.
He going ham too.
Mark Williamson says LOL on skates.
You hear me, right?
Now, yeah.
How many games did we lose the last 2 seasons by a touchdown or less, right? Kyle Shanahan's been focused on this the entire time. We improve on the defense and the offense in the same offseason. Completely different game. We're talking about a 10-point swing per game right there. We're ready.
And those 10 points is what we could win these games by.
Exactly, bro.
I know our schedule is tough, y'all. I know it's tough. We start 2 on the road. Then we got, the Steelers at home. Then we get a bye. And then we got Monday night game against Cleveland, right? I get it. It's weird. It's just weird. But if this unit, I'm pointing to the team because I'm watching it. If they are like all in, if they are all gas, no brakes, y'all motherfuckers, this season gonna be crazy. Yo, this season I will quit my job. No, I'm lying, but I will be at.
I'm not lying. Not lying.
I'm getting out of here, man. I'm not messing with y'all tonight, bro. Y'all not getting me like this. I'm done. I got nothing else. My man Rich LaFleur, man. Hey, Rich, tell your brother I said what's up, and I'm looking forward to talking to him for our Behind Enemy Line segment when we go to play Washington. His brother is out here, and I see them when I go to the Washington game. So
I'll be at that game too. So
me too. So we'll catch up. Y'all already know the deal.
I got 6 games this year. What?
That's right, man.
6 games.
Oh, I'm watching Debo. Look at him go. Oh man.
Oh, I didn't start yet. He didn't snap the ball yet. Look how he's looking. Look how he's looking. He just knows it's his play.
Yo, if 36 would have missed the push on him, that was a touchdown.
Did you see him hit the gas once he hit the sideline, bro?
Dag.
Bro, he didn't. It wasn't even once he hit the sideline. It was right there when the player was coming right here. He was like,
On his, it's like he felt them. Debo got better pocket presence than CJ Beathard. I'm sorry, I'm done. Get me off of the
we
microphone.
didn't even talk about him tonight.
Hey. If CJ Beathard didn't make that 3rd and 13 throw to Caden Smith, this game would have been totally different. It was 3rd and 13. That's a long ass way to get a first down. Caden Smith runs a out to the sticks, gets the ball, catches the first down. Next thing you know, we get a touchdown. I think the run. So, like, I'm telling you, yo, Beathard sucks, but that was a good play.
Nah, Beathard had some okay plays. You know, the quarterback started rough, all of them, except Nick. Nick started pretty cool, but it was a lot of fun to watch this game, man. These guys are not. I think Nick is earning that second spot, but that's it. You know.
The Jeff Wilson Jr. touchdown.
Man,
he knocked the fullback down. Like, he just get out of my way. Bam.
Mm-hmm. You slowing me down. And you know what I like the most about his touchdown? I mean, he turned around and held the ball. It was all thighs, bro. It was all thighs. I'm getting in here right now. My thighs are pushing 700 plus pounds, bro, and you can't stop me. I'm coming, baby, and you can't stop me.
I'm telling you.
Who was that last block on that was down there? Who was the player down there that could have forced the block out for him to get in the end zone? Instead, blocked right towards the sideline.
You talking about for Debo?
Yeah, for the Debo run.
Whoever number 36 on the Broncos was, that's who pushed them out.
But Nick is saying who were asking.
Who was the blocker that was downfield on that?
I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
I don't remember. I seriously.
I'll tell you right now. He's got right now in front of him. He's got 89.
Caden Smith.
Yeah, Caden Smith. Bourne was one of the guys up there too. Yeah, 89. Bourne was ahead of him though, so Bourne was already in the end zone.
Somebody pushed to slow him down. Their blocker in front of him.
89.
So it was Caden Smith then.
Yeah, Caden Smith pushed number 36 towards Debo.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Caden Smith.
Yeah. He pushed him forward.
He literally blocked his running path.
Yeah. Yep. Well, no, I mean it was momentum. He pushed him this way. All right, let me see my hands. So this is Caden Smith. He pushed the guy, and the guy like used the momentum and curved towards Debo. So he pushed him in the right direction, but the guy used the momentum and changed direction. So, all right, fellas, let's get up out of here, man. I got work in the morning. I have no idea why I'm up at 2 a.m. I gotta. This is bad.
Your hype, bro. It's Niners season.
That's right, man.
Reaction shows are back.
That's right, man. We about to go in here and get our asses whooped next week. We'll talk about that later.
Well, one thing real quick before we leave. West Coast says 4-0 in the preseason is such a jinx. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, preseason is preseason. 4-0, 0-4.
Hey, man, if our guys are playing together like a unit, I'll take it. Like, if they could translate that over to the regular season when the defenses are less vanilla, like, the fact that they're, this is bonding, man. This is them getting their legs. This is them being cohesive and everything. So I'll take a 4-0. But a little loss won't hurt, to help them be able to bounce back. You know what I'm saying? Being resilient. So it is what it is. Go out here and win every game. That's the mentality that we should have.
Look, I'm trying to go 16-0. So I don't care if we finish 4-0 in the preseason.
Bam.
I think we need.
Didn't the Eagles win the Super Bowl in 2017?
Yes.
Yes.
They went 4-0 in the preseason. Just so you guys know.
There's teams that went 0-4 that won a Super Bowl in the preseason.
Huh?
I thought you said it was a jinx because if it was a West Coast team. I thought that's what you said.
We're adding caveats to make ourselves not get excited.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
Rich says, like the Lions, they went 4-0 preseason and went 0-16 in a regular season.
It's just the preseason, fellas. That's the point.
Coast team.
Yeah. So
it's just the preseason. It don't matter. 4-0, 0-4, 1-3, 3-1. It don't matter, man.
yep. No, I agree.
About winning these games is they're learning. They're remember they're losing. They were losing these games. That's called adversity, and they figured out ways to overcome that to win the game. So this is good for this. I'm telling you, this is good for them. This is good. This is good. And we go out to Kansas City, which we got to play win.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. My bad, Nick. I didn't mean to take your message off.
No, you're good. You're good,
man. All right, let's wrap this thing up, man. I'm ready to get up out of here. I'm beat. I'm gonna pee on myself. I keep sitting in this chair.
Good night, y'all.
All right, so make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you follow us on all of our social media avenues: Twitter, Snapchat, Nothing But 9 ERS, Facebook and Instagram, Nothing But Niners, all spelled out. www.nothingbutniners.com. Check us out over there as well. Got some t-shirts and hoodies over there. Got a lot of great writers as well. And thanks for joining us on 49ers vs. Broncos Overreaction Show. The 49ers did win tonight, which was a good thing. A lot of good positives. I know it's an overreaction show. We also talked about a lot of bad things. So thanks for staying and tuning in with us. Mike, that's all I got, man.
All right, fellas. Prepare for glory.
Anticipate pain.
Always remain faithful.
We out of here.
Peace.